Posting on YouTube is probably the #1 way to grow a business in 2024, especially if you want to keep that business around for several years or several decades. Get in front of the clients that you want to get into. The more people who actually watch your content, the more you're able to convince these people to actually buy from you, and a myriad of other things that obviously posting on YouTube can help you with. But in this video, I am not going to talk about the super blatant and super obvious stuff that comes with making a YouTube channel, specifically for your B2B business. I am just going to tell you about some of the hidden or some of the secret ways that posting on YouTube has that most people don't even know about. If you know about them, it's going to supercharge your efforts to posting on YouTube. And if you don't, it's probably going to do the same thing because, again, YouTube is the best platform ever to be posting content to grow business. Believe it or not, YouTube is probably one of the best platforms to be able to train people around your business and your company's culture. Now, I want you to understand this from two sides. The side of the people who actually work with you, like people you hire inside of your business, and then the side of business of the people who you want to hire you. So like the internal team and then your external team who you want to close. For your internal team, can you imagine how having a solid YouTube system is able to train your salespeople, your people on ops, and people who actually work with you inside of your business to be able to fully understand you and your core values? As a matter of fact, a YouTube channel that's done right, you become the living testament for your business. You become the thing that when everybody's sitting around looking to figure out what is this company, what are they about, and what specifically do they help with, well, in 2 hours a month, you are the answer for that. So anytime anybody on your team wants to understand deadlines, standards, previous case studies, they're able to just look at you and say, what a phenomenal leader. They've been doing this for forever. All I have to do is watch their video to understand how they think about a current problem or a certain situation the business might be solving, which almost flows directly into the people who are on your external team. I have clients now who have been YouTube branding for so long, and they do one of our, secret strategies where they actually interview their clients. So they hop on Zoom calls with their clients and they walk them through about their clients being in a terrible place. They signed out with their agency and now their clients are doing 10 times better. Their sales team on the internal side is trained to be able to, when they're selling to people on the external side, to pull up reference content inside of YouTube. This is literally like a stepping stone, right? Because your internal team is trained on it. It has all of its benefits. But when you or your salespeople are able to direct and say, you know what, John, you actually remind me of a case study that we did where we grew another business or had another project that was very similar to yours and got phenomenal results. You should just go watch this video while you're trying to make the decision or not, or whether or not you want to buy from me. Essentially what happens is people like seeing themselves in everything that they do. So they watch the video from this other guy who literally doesn't have anything to do with them, but somehow, some way, because of how the human brain works, we make emotional connections to other people. Because simply put, you are not the best person to always be selling your products or your services. A lot of times, the best person to sell your stuff is the people who have already bought your stuff. So the only thing you need to do is get those people in front of camera, have your team get trained on them on YouTube side, and now your business is not just infecting your personal team, it's infecting the entire sales systems simply because of human psychology. Objection handling and rapport building before your sales call. This is one that I have personally struggled with the most, and literally I don't think I fully got over the hump until I started posting YouTube content, but I suck at dealing with objections. I know my product and my offer is good. It actually is one of those things that's so good, it just makes a lot of common sense. But whenever I'm talking to somebody that doesn't believe it's good or doesn't believe in social media, I have always had a tough time trying to convince that person that my product is the best. Again, I don't know that I'm necessarily the best salesperson, but I am a really, really good marketer. So on the sales side, posting YouTube videos that directly address the problems that my potential customer is having is the best thing ever. Because 9 times out of 10, by the time somebody shows up to a call with me, my calls always start off the same. I asked, hey, have you watched my videos? 9 times out of 10, people say, yeah, I watched the video you sent over, and then I went to your YouTube channel and I started watching more videos. By then, that person knows who I am, they know exactly what I can do, and the only thing they are looking from me is to figure out how do I solve their exact situation. Because I've already proven to them that I'm good at my job. I've already proven to them that I know what I'm doing, that I am an expert, and that everything that is coming out of my mouth is just about golden. Now, you just need to replicate that inside of your business, because I very, very rarely have to deal with objections outside of just cost, which if my client is selling a high enough product, that objection goes out the window. I sign a new client, boom. Doing that so many times, I'm able to build a really, really big business. You need to do the exact same thing. You need to address every single objection that you've gotten on the sales call. Like literally every time you get one, write it down on a sheet of paper and then go record a YouTube video about it, because it is the best way to get in front of somebody when you want them to buy your product. The only thing you ever actually need to do is address it before it becomes a problem. All of a sudden, it's not a problem anymore. You want to get your content so good that you're to the point where people feel like that you're friends and you've never actually talked to that person. Your goals need to be to make your content feel as authentic as possible. As in, your entire marketing strategy should be all centered around how can I move every single barrier that is in between me and my client. The better you get at that, the better you will make sales, the easier those sales will become, and the more sustainable your business will be. For a lot of you guys struggling to build a business, literally that's just a problem. And for a lot of you guys that are already building big businesses and want to figure out how to keep this business big for the next 3 to 5 years, it's the same problem. It's the same solution. YouTube SEO, almost picking up where we left off on our last point. YouTube is one of the only platforms where you can invest in a piece of content and that piece of content stay around for years. I want you guys to understand that some of my higher tier clients have videos that rank inside of their niche that have been ranking for like the past 6 to 8 months. And literally those one video will make all of the client money that they pay me in perpetuity, and understand they keep that video around forever. It's so fun and it makes so much sense that I almost don't understand why people don't do it in the first place. Like, understand YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the entire world, backed by Google. And whenever somebody Googles something that can be YouTube, Google would just send that traffic directly to YouTube. Outside of people who are just searching in the YouTube search engine itself, you understand how there can be a humongous amount of people that are searching for the same answer and the same problem. Now, the only thing that you have to do or hire somebody like me to figure out is how do I actually rank where when somebody types in this keyword or this problem that your business, coaching agency, or course or whatever helps solve, how do I make sure that I'm the first person that pops up? For people who can figure out the answer or hire people like me to figure out that answer for them, they are able to make a lot of money over a very, very long time with very, very few pieces of content. Because the formula behind it all is that you just want to find a keyword or niche that has extremely high search results, but doesn't have anybody talking about it. When you find that magic formula, all of a sudden your content doesn't even have to be good. It just has to address the problem that people are trying to solve. And probably the most underrated thing that I see people hiding behind very, very often when it comes to like the hidden benefits of YouTube is understanding that you need to practice being an industry leader. Look, I know this might sound crazy or like controversial, but people who are good at their stuff have opinions. They make frameworks. They do things and they document these things that make them good at their job. I mean, look at every example from people from LeBron James to Warren Buffett to Alex Hormozi to Gary Vaynerchuk to Steve Jobs to Tim Ferriss. These people are good not just because they're good, but because they have levels and levels of documentation of them proving that they're good. For LeBron James, it might be a new jump shot or a new dunk that he does. For Tim Ferriss or Gary Vee or Alex Hormozi, it might be a new book or a new sales concept that they make. You need to replicate that on a minute scale inside of your own business. You need to practice speaking in front of people because it helps in your sales calls, and it helps for you to be a public speaker whenever you're on stages at events that most people don't even understand can just be breeded from having a proper YouTube benefit. You need to understand that the more frameworks and the more models that you make around building a client success, the better you become at actually doing your service. And the more you give that out, the more other people then know that you are really, really good at your product or your service. It's just that simple. You need to practice being good at your craft and documenting the process of you being good for an historically long period of time, because I want you to understand not just this point, but every other point that I have covered inside of this video makes it impossible for somebody to say no to you and your business when you have a good offer and a good strategy formulated around the thing that you do. Because all of their objections, all of their rapport building, every question that they could possibly ask about why they should not hire you has already gone out the door, because you've already force-fed them a piece of content that makes you the person that is the absolute best at what they do. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Look, if you want these things implemented and done for you inside of your business, click the first description down below. Literally, I will at least create a 6-month strategy for you for free. You can just do it. Or if you think it's good enough, hire me to do it, because it only takes like 2 hours a month for most of my clients. If not, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.